So I'm here with Malte in the MPZ Threshing trial. Could you tell me about that?
Yes, as you said, we're here in our threshing ability trial close to the Baltic Sea in Hohenlieth, and this is one of our special trials we run every year. And this trial is special because there we have different topics to test. We would like to know as much as possible from our varieties, and here in this trial we are testing, of course, threshing ability, and then we have a second topic where we can harvest 2 different dates. That means we are able to measure threshing ability to 2 different harvest dates and can see also, for example, the yield potential for healthy varieties which are more able to stay a bit longer in the field, and there we can see if we get more yield or if we lose yield due to pre-harvest losses or something like this.
And how many years have you been running this trial here?
We are now in year 8, so we started in year 2015, and yeah, it's always very nice to harvest this trial, and we are looking forward the whole year to this trial. It's actually the last trial of rapeseed, winter oilseed rape we are harvesting here in Hohenlieth. So it's the last rapeseed you will find here in this area.
The end of harvest?
Yeah, the end of harvest, yeah.
We can see here in this plot that we've got some really green stems.
Yes, yes, right.
What's your experience with the threshability of these?
Yeah, good question. So actually some years ago I was driving the harvester by myself, and can give you some experience. To the first harvest date, it's always tough to harvest these varieties because there's lots of moisture in the steam and in the straw, and sometimes the varieties are not really ready to harvest. So at this date it's tough, but then if you let the variety stay a little bit longer in the field, then to the second date with some more days for ripening, it's getting more and more easy. And then of course you have the option to cut a bit higher so that you're just harvesting the pods. And my experience told me that varieties with green stems have the potential for more yield to the later harvest.
I can see that's a really long straw you've left there. We've also got quite a good cross section just behind the harvester has been through. Can you tell me a bit about where the yield is built in these pods?
Yes. Let's have a look. So we harvested the first date 2 weeks ago, and farmers, after my experience, have a look first to the top of the pods and top of the variety. But it's actually very important that you do not only look at the top, just have a look inside the variety. And if we have a look at this variety, it's pretty green and steam, but we can see if we take out some pods, they are, if you feel them, they are, how can I say, they are crushing, so they are ready to harvest today. And it doesn't matter if the steam is gray, so green, sorry. And yeah, so do not look only on the top. Take a deeper look into your variety, and then if the pods on the bottom are getting brown, and if you crush them very easy, then it's the perfect day to harvest your variety.
You can see that these plots are also quite a lot longer than normal plots. Is there a reason for that?
Yes, there's a reason. As I said in the beginning, we are able to measure the power the harvester is needing for a variety to harvest. So there's a special system on the harvester, and to measure with high quality we need longer plots because the system needs a special distance to work properly.
So Malte, I'm curious about this special harvester. Are we about to go and have a look?
Yes, of course. Let's have a look.
So this looks very much like a normal hot combine that we have in the UK. What's different?
Yes, you're right. This is our usual plot combine, and different is that we have a special setup to measure the power we are needing for harvesting our varieties, and we're actually able to measure this power straight away from the drum, and then we try to keep this harvester as closest as possible to a farmer's harvester, and for example we put some side knives to the comb, and yeah, this is special.
So sounds like an awful lot of investment. What have you learned from doing this?
Actually a lot, so I try to answer short. So first, there are some varieties which are more used to the first harvest date, so they are ready and they are losing yield to the late harvest date, but there are also some varieties which are more green in the stem and which are more healthy, so they are able to get more yield to the later harvest date, because then they are actually ripe for harvesting, or ready for harvesting. And in good years, some varieties made around about 500 kilogram more yield just to the later harvest date. And they have no pre-harvest losses. This is also very important to score. And then if we have a look to our quality parameters, we couldn't see a trend for oil. Oil depends on weather conditions. But to the later harvest date, we got some more protein. And let's talk about the threshing ability. So, of course, to the later harvest dates, all varieties are easier to harvest. So the power we needed to the later harvest date was ways reduced.
That's really interesting.